Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. One thing I do want to go and mention as a quick heads up, for any of you that are also watching my normal Monday series, Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, this series is only temporarily replacing that while I go ahead and record missions that I should have recorded months ago, but I just, for some reason, thought I had ran through them on this character or something. I don't know what. And then also the most recent mission added to the game. After we do Firewall, Baldur's Gate will return as it previously was, as if nothing ever happened, at least until the next time this gets content, and of course, this may not end up being Monday at that time, depending upon what my schedule is. But either way, let's go ahead and finish off, finally, after months of having forgotten about it, the Klingon Civil War. So, a day long remembered, with allies old and new at her side, Juula is ready to take the fight to Kronos and dethrone the self-proclaimed Emperor Jimpok. How many must die before a house divided is restored?
Jimpok is trapped on Kronos, guarded by the few warriors loyal to his cause. Our recent victories have weakened his position and brought many allies to our banner. There will not be a better time to strike. As Kalish once defeated the forces of the tyrant Molor, so shall we put an end to the reign of Jimpok. Join us in the Boreth system as we prepare for glorious and honorable battle.
Wow, while she was talking, the game audio was almost peaking. Okay, well, we're already at the system in question, so let's just go ahead and jump right in. And hopefully we don't get a map transfer failure. Also, looks like they they fixed the localization or whatever it was error to where it labeled Boreth 2 as just object. Now it is in fact Boreth 2. And I would actually really love to use the lower decks rifle, but one, I'm not going to spend Lobby. That's just way too fucking expensive for my tastes, generally speaking. And also, I would prefer if it fit more of the normal STO art style. It looks like they sort of kept the lower decks sort of art style to it, so it looks a little cartoonish. Not too big on that. Otherwise, I would probably be using it. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to Adet Pa real quick, because she's the only one over on this side.
There is a human saying, necessity is the mother of invention. After all I have experienced in this war, I have come to realize the profound wisdom in those words. Necessity drove me to create defenses against the tricks of Akar. It has driven us to work with the Elachi on defenses against a weapon that once belonged to us.
True.
It also led to the means to close mycelial rifts and restore the sanity of corrupted Elachi, to turn foes into friends.
Indeed, we gained staunch allies in the liberated Elachi.
I suppose necessity drove us to join the fight against Jimpok, although the chance to make a tidy profit was also a motivating factor. I suspect the Nausicaans, Lethians, and Ferasans felt the necessity of staying loyal to Jimpok. Too bad. They're about to learn they're backing the wrong side.
A hard lesson, but one we have to teach. Okay, Jimpok, or not Jimpok, what the hell am I thinking? Martok, what do you got to say?
And then he said, either move, or I'm going to have to place you under arrest. Ah! A Ferengi Starfleet cadet telling 3 Klingon warriors to move. That boy had more courage than 10 of these Nukpu surrounding Jimpok. Remember this. Courage comes in all sizes and shapes.
Indeed.
Dahar Master Kang knew this as well. When I was a child, he told me of his glorious adventures. He went into battle with brave and honorable warriors from many worlds. Humans, Trill, even Vulcans.
I do not care what planet they come from. If they are here to knock Jempok from his throne, they are friends of mine. If we are victorious, I will drink with them and sing great songs of glory. And should we die, I will see them in Stovacor, and we will take our place among the honored dead.
Kapla.
As we stand ready to attack Jempok, I am reminded of another adversary, Cole of House Kor. Like Jempok, he craved personal power, to be the single ruler of the Empire. For a time, it seemed that he would succeed, but in the end, his arrogance led to his undoing. Such will be the fate of Jempok today.
Yes, his pursuit of power will not end well.
I regret following the orders of such a dishonorable leader. Fortunately, there are others who stand ready to take his place and serve the Empire well. The future holds no place for Jempok and those like him. The only place for them is Grethor.
You may be right. I doubt he will seek an honorable end to this conflict.
Jempok ordered the invasion of Gorn space and forced our king to bend the knee. Since then, we have been little more than puppets of the Empire and of Jempok. Today, we will fight for the Empire, not as pawns, but as equals. Today, the puppets will cut the strings!
Agreed. An alliance of equals is far more preferable. Okay, let's discuss our plan.
Warriors from many worlds, you stand ready to fight and restore the Empire. It is my honor to go into battle with you. Know this. Today, the forces of Jempok will know defeat!
Jaula, I just need you to know that for whatever reason, you being on screen literally tanks my FPS in the recording.
You know what you must do. Face your enemy, show them your blade, fight well, in the name of Kalis, and for the glory of the Empire.
Remember what you fight for today. All of you, no matter what world you call home, know what it means to be Klingon. If that is in your heart, and the enemy takes your life, today will be a good day to die.
Win or lose, the Klingon Empire will not soon forget this day.
Well said. All hands, report to your stations. We depart for Kronos soon. Dismissed! Before you return to your ship, I would speak to you.
Oh god, it fucking dropped it just under 19 when those guys all beamed out. Very well, what's on your mind?
A lot is riding on the Alachi and their modifications to this vessel. Do they have your confidence, your trust?
They do. Tarsev and his people will not fail us.
Let us hope so. There is one other matter, a personal request.
I'm listening.
You were at my side in Grethor. You know of the deal I made to secure Lorel's freedom. I have asked those I trust to fulfill my oath should I fall in battle. I count you among their number. If I die before ending Akar and Jempok, will you do what must be done to send them both to Grethor?
I will do what I can, should that come to pass.
Very well. By your hand or mine, may Akar and Jempok stand before Feklar on this day.
Fight well, Matriarch.
The fleet is in position. Beam back to your ship when you are ready to proceed.
Yep, let's get out of here. And of course, the game has to give us, one of these slow loading screens. I'm gonna pause for a moment while we wait for this.
The fleet is in position, just outside the range of enemy sensors. When the word is given, we'll go to maximum warp and travel to the assigned coordinates. Move your vessel into position when you are ready.
Understood, General. Odin out. Only Federation vessel here, don't mind us. The Federation is very clearly not getting involved in a Klingon Civil War. Don't mind me.
The time draws near. If you are prepared for battle, I will give the order to begin the invasion of Kronos.
Let's go, Jahula.
For honor, for glory, for the Empire!
For me, it's more for the Federation, but you know, whatever.
All ships have reported in. We are holding position outside the Praxis debris field. Loyalist forces are moving into defensive positions, as expected.
This is Odin, ready when you are.
The last time I saw Praxis, it was the first night of a full moon. Like the Empire, I thought it would last forever. And yet now, the Empire is shattered, like the moon above our homeworld.
Unlike Praxis, the Empire can be restored.
Indeed. It is our duty, and we will not fail. Attention all hands! The time has come. Begin the assault. For the Empire!
Now, I don't know if that's true, you know, you get fancy enough science fiction mumbo jumbo, and you can explain bringing a moon back. No? Hell, grab some other moon and tow it into orbit or some shit if you really wanted to. But either way, whatever. Red alert, all hands, battle stations.
Yes, this is more like it. Helm, get us into knife fighting range. Tactical, full power to disruptors.
The incoming hostiles are Lethians, Nausicaans, and Verasans.
The cowards and the forms that
Sorry if you could not hear the last bit that she said. I have not touched the audio since last time, but all of a sudden it seemed like it was a lot louder for the effects volume.
Lady Jahula, my thanks for bringing your fleet into range.
Well, are you going to chew ligament all day? Shut up and fight!
Wait on her! Son, you may fire the weapon at will.
What? All ships, take evasive action!
Oh shit, what the hell happened to my health? That's what you get for not paying attention. You know, also kind of used to just not taking any fucking damage for the most part. Largely because my main is so stupidly kitted out that most enemies don't really do much. It's not the case with this character, though. They haven't gotten most of their stuff golded. Along with maximum marks and all that jazz.
I will tear your pathetic fleet apart, Jahula. Ship by ship, while you watch.
Now, see, I'm pretty sure...
Jahula will not willingly fire upon us, and we must trick him into doing so.
Evasive maneuver, all ships! Do not let them lock onto you!
we go again. I'm being hit with something very clearly that is doing a shit ton of damage all at once. And I don't know what, because I didn't see any obvious things that hit me that I could see doing a whole shit ton of damage all at once, but something very clearly is.
You've been targeted by the Cryptic Studios. Run with the continue and draw Jempok's fire to me. All hands, prepare to be targeted by the mycelial weapon. Brace for impact.
I told you not to fire at Jaula. Was she destroyed?
I cannot tell. Too much interference on sensors.
It worked. Tarsev's device worked.
Once more onto the breach. Dear friend.
Quit fucking quoting Charge of the Light Brigade in any sense. That is not something you want to have quoted at you.
The liberated Alachi are here to fight at your side, as we promised.
Glory to you, Tark, and to your people. Kabam! Fighting alongside Alachi. Your dishonor knows no bounds, traitor.
I believe you touched the nerve, my lady. The Christoph is decloaking for battle.
Destroy everything.
Does he get... Oh my god.
But leave her in.
What the fuck is nuking all my health?
Fire to disable the Christoph. They will not have a warrior stand.
Game. Why are you not letting me fight? Am I... God damn.
Reading fluctuations in shield and impulse systems on the Christoph. Their weapons are...
Pretty sure numerous times we already had the...
But they are still in the fight. Keep up
4
the
of the ship
pressure.
down enough to be able to fire the torpedoes, but the game said no.
Massive
aboard the
system
Christoph.
failures on the Christoph,
This is
and their
Matriarch
main
Jaula.
drive is leaking
You are
plasma.
beaten.
They are
Stand
disabled.
down and prepare to be boarded. Surrender the tyrant Jempok to me, and you will be shown leniency. Defend him, and you will know death.
And there you go. When you run into the issue of killing shit too quickly, you get overlapping dialogue, because it doesn't check to see if there's other dialogue currently playing. Yeah. You really think they'll surrender?
There will be no victory for you today, traitors. If I cannot have Kronos, no one will. I will detonate the very weapon that Lorel used to become Chancellor. The home world will become the grave of the Klingon Empire. Test me at your peril.
Federation will be willing to help you guys find a new Kronos. You can literally call it New Kronos. It's perfectly fine with us. What weapon was he talking about, Lorel?
It is called a hydrobomb. A terrorist placed it in the planet's core during the war with the Federation. Some allies acquired the detonator and gave it to me. It allowed me to give the High Council a choice. Accept my leadership, end the war, or face the destruction of Kronos.
Right, Lorel. Wink, wink. We know what you're talking about. And now Jempok is offering us a similar choice.
He has beamed to the Great Hall and raised defensive shields. He means to dig in, wait for reinforcements, and force us to quit the field. If we push too hard, call his bluff.
Of course, it does beg the question, why did nobody get rid of it later down the road? When it didn't seem like he really needed that option anymore. But whatever, we need options, and fast.
I have known Jimpock longer than any of you. I have faced him in battle. I know his heart. Go to him and issue a formal challenge. His pride, his arrogance will not allow him to refuse you.
In that case, you should have told us that earlier, Martok, and we could have, done that earlier. We don't need to deal with all this extra shit if we had just done this at the beginning. But evidently, you didn't think it was pertinent to tell us that if we issue a formal challenge to him, he would accept. Whatever. A duel to the death for the right to lead.
Sometimes the old ways are best. Face the filthy Patak, Jaula, and bury your blade in his heart.
It may be the only way.
Whatever you plan to do, I recommend haste. The IKS Targ is approaching with a fleet at high warp.
A car.
Very well. Adetpa, I want you and Cochrane to lead our forces here against Akar and his fleet. I will lead a team to First City and seek to challenge Jempock there. As former chancellors, I would like Laurel and Martok at my side to bear witness to our honorable victory.
It sounded like she said Cochrane, not Cagran. Whatever. I'm going with you.
If that is your wish, I will not deny you. We will transport as close as we can to the Great Hall and begin the final assault from there. Kapla!
I'll be honest, my wish would have probably been to just stay up here, let you deal with the stuff down there, because, realistically, this is not necessarily our problem. And certainly when we don't have the full backing of the Federation, authorizing us to do this. But, whatever. Let's go ahead and beam down. I mean, you can tell the fact that the Federation itself is not bothering to provide any support whatsoever. I mean, technically, we're not even told by, Admiral Quinn or anything that we have been authorized to support Jaula and her allies. But that if anything happens to us, the Federation will say that they did not authorize our actions and we went rogue. Quinn doesn't even bother to tell us anything like that. So this is basically running into this Klingon Civil War in TNG. Basically, we're effectively sticking our nose in here where we have, well, for one, not even been authorized to stick our nose in.
Remind me to have a word with Adetpa, if we survive. This is not an ideal place to begin our attack. That smell. Worse than Feklaw's backside.
It is certainly unique.
Under the circumstances, this was the closest she could get us to the Great Hall. Plug your nose and forge on.
What is the best route from here?
I know a path that leads to the proving grounds. From there, we should be able to fight our way to the Great Hall.
Good. Lead the way, General.
Listen, do you hear? The sounds of battle and bloodthirsty Targs. Keep your weapons handy. The enemy is nearby.
No, to be honest, Laurel, I don't actually hear anything right now. Beyond the game music, I don't hear anything else. I don't hear the sounds of battle or bloodthirsty Targs anywhere. But whatever. Weapons ready, move out.
Be wary. Around here, we have more than Jimpock's troops to worry about.
They stand to suffer under Jimpock's rule. We may have more allies here than you think, General.
They turn to look at me, but they're like, we're not going to go out and attack you. Like, if you want to be attacked, you have to come to us. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious how hard it would have been to actually include, make some actual ambient noise that is a fight out in the distance, and make sure it's loud enough. Oh man, oh god, server's acting up. That you can hear it when you get dropped down.
Now is the time to strike.
How do you know it's dissension in the ranks?
Take the loyalists down while they are distracted.
How the fuck do you know it's dissension in the ranks? It's literally Klingons shooting at other Klingons, all wearing the standard Klingon uniform. There's no identifier.
Hold your fire! I am General Martok. Who do you fight for?
We are warriors of House Kang, General. We fight to restore the Empire.
I mean, you know, they don't have, like, armbands or anything to indicate that they're on our side. Nobody would know. Now, we come up there, we see a bunch of Klingons shooting at each other. The reality is, you're probably just going to end up hitting everybody. Now, maybe make sure your weapon is set to stun or something. Sort out who was on your side and who wasn't after the fact. Let's be realistic here. If there's no, like, uniform to identify which Klingons are on our side, you're gonna have tons of friendly fire as well. I mean, for all we know, that's what happened there. You know, a bunch of Klingons shooting at each other, and it was actually friendly fire. You know, and one of them might have called out that it was friendly fire, and they just, like, no, we don't believe you.
Kapla! Well fought, Orion. That Orion was leading the defense here. Let us see what he knows about enemy defenses.
Okay. Oh. Usan Vek.
The Lady Jaula of House Mokai. Truly, it is an honor to meet you. Please, allow me to offer you my personal gratitude.
Gratitude? For what? I do not know you, Orion. What are you talking about?
I'm wondering about that myself.
His name is Usan Vek, and he is a notorious pirate. I suspect he's thanking you for all the good business this war has provided him. He made the mistake of attacking some freighters carrying goods from my house. A mistake he will never make again, if he is wise.
Consider that lesson well learned, General. I have far better uses for my ships than to serve as target practice for the warriors of House Martok.
Reminisce later. We've got defense screens to cut through.
That's a tall order, friend. There isn't much around here that can get past those shields. Fortunately for you, I happen to have something that will. For the right price, of course.
We're listening.
Earlier, you mentioned your gratitude. Provide us with the means to bypass the shielding, and we shall express our gratitude to you in return. Unless you prefer to deal with the Emperor.
I've seen what the Emperor does to Orions, my lady. We have a deal. Not far from here, some associates of mine are guarding a shipment of Tetrion explosives. They will knock that shielding down quite nicely. Though there is a small issue to be dealt with, I'm afraid.
Does Jimpak just have a problem with Orions? Like, why? I don't think we've ever gotten any real explanation for, like, Jimpak having a problem with Orions. Like, whether you play as Federation, Klingons, it doesn't matter. I don't think we've ever gotten shown anything that would indicate that he has a problem with Orions, and if he does, why? But whatever. What kind of issue?
My associates recently informed me that their position was in danger of being compromised by Imperial security. Unless you want those Tetrion lovelies in the hands of the Emperor, I'd suggest lending my people a hand. You'll find them at the following coordinates.
God, it's fucking Call of Duty or Medal of Honor AI in the background. Very well. Ready weapons and move out.
I knew Usan Vek to be bold, but running a smuggling operation in the first city? I'm not sure if he is bold or insane.
I suspect a pirate operating in the Empire would need to be both, General.
And Laurel's just gonna run through fire. I mean, I guess she spent a whole bunch of time in Klingon hell, so why not have the ability to walk through fire without getting burned?
Lower your weapons! Usan Vek sent us.
That Gorn is Usan Vek's enforcer. Talk to him about the explosives.
Very well. Where is he? There he is.
The boss told us help was on the way. Nice to see he wasn't lying. Imperial security has the rest of my crew pinned down inside. If you're here to help, you need to get in there.
We'll do what we can. We need those Tetrion charges.
We can talk about such things after we save my crew. Agreed?
Agreed. Let's go.
What's your aim? Wouldn't want to blow up your prize, would you?
Enemy target on sensor.
Don't worry. I've got automatically targeting, Jesus, really? Already one of my freaking crews down. As I was saying, I have automatically targeting phasers, so no problem whatsoever. Okay, I need this dude out in the distance here, flanking me, dealt with.
Personal shield losing power.
Finn is also down. God. I mean, I understand my 018 crew is, like, even more poorly equipped than I am. But geez, you'd expect them to actually be able to at least take a little bit of damage.
Personal shield losing power.
Who the hell's shooting me from across the frickin' little map here? Let's get them up. Who the fuck is shooting me? I swear to God, I'm being shot from below. But I cannot see where they would be actually able to target me. Well, I mean, they can target me, but you know. I wasn't seeing where they'd actually be able to. The game would say, yeah, you can shoot through that.
Ask the Gorn to check the cargo manifest. There may not be enough here to get the job done.
Well, how the hell you come to that conclusion? Seriously, how the hell did you come to that conclusion? Okay, and he's spazzing out. Okay, let's talk to him about the Tetrion charges.
According to the cargo manifest, all of the Tetrion charges are in here. Is there a problem?
There may not be enough for what we need to do.
What are you trying to do? There's enough Tetrion in here to blow up a dreadnought.
We need to knock down the shielding around the Great Hall.
I see. You'll need to hit it at a weak point. Cause enough of a surge to overload the primary emitters and the backup grid.
Makes sense. Any recommendations?
Scanning. Found one. Courtyard side entrance, not far from here. It's a narrower approach. Less need to repel firepower of the same magnitude as the front gates.
That's where we'll hit it then.
Very well. Secure the charges and prepare for battle. We must not fail now.
Let's get what we need and move out.
The battle is won. Gather the Tetrion charges while you can.
God, and this takes so freaking long. Like, this seriously just pads out the mission. I mean, that first one gave us quite a bit. You know, but these smaller ones don't give you nearly as much. I don't think there's any, like, accolade or anything like that for... that you can find in one of these.
We've got what we came for. Let's go.
Yeah, because you can't keep opening them afterwards, so... Oh, for a second there, for some reason I thought that Orion was using a phaser. I'm like, wait, why is there a random Federation person there? You know, that's not us.
Over there, by that field. Place the charges there. Quickly, set the Tetrion charges.
So we're gonna split 50 into 3 presumably even-ish piles, which actually does beg the question whether or not, you know, this actually equals 50 here. I don't know.
Charges in place. Now, get to a safe distance and detonate them.
You know, it's probably close enough. Let's actually, you know, get behind here. You know, I think we were still a little too close. If we had done it right when the game said, hey, you can do it now. And nobody noticed that this one got down, because apparently nobody thought to look at this entrance. Like, why was nobody watching that entrance? It is an entrance. The fact of the matter is, you should be watching it no matter what. It doesn't matter if it's a smaller entrance, and it's less likely that somebody would take
Reinforcements are
it.
beaming in. Prepare for battle.
So, game, how are they... And this, of course, begs the question.
Watch out for their nanopulse weapons.
How are they beaming people in through that shield?
I do not respect a fool. And there are many of them asking to dance on my blade. Good.
It does beg the question. If you can just beam through the shield, why the hell didn't we just do that? There's a lot of these frickin' disciples, not disciplines.
Personal shield losing power. Flanking damage.
Oh my god. Fucking die, all of you. Jesus. And this one is really getting too close. Although he doesn't have a weapon out. Also, I've lost all my crew. Come on. Fucking security escorts. They're like, oh, we're just gonna stand here and follow you. Oh, you're being shot at? Yeah, I guess we can help you with that now. It would be great if Laurel and Jaula were a little bit more useful. Also, where the hell's Martok? I've been hearing his voice, but I haven't fucking seen him now.
Lady Jaula, the Emperor awaits you in the Great Hall. Face him, if you have the spine for it.
Go. Do what must be done.
To return to the Rotaran. Join the fight there. From one ex-chancellor to another. Use it well.
Come. We have business within the Great Hall.
See, I don't know if the texture on that door is supposed to look as pixelated as it does in that cutscene. Yeah, you can still sort of see it here. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to look like that. If it's just supposed to look like there's like grime and dust and dirt and shit on it. But then it shouldn't look like those areas that are, I guess, still clean, maybe? depending on which one is supposed to be clean and which is supposed to be dirty, it's so pixelated. Like, I can very clearly see that is, like, you did it pixel by pixel, not in a bunch, which is the way you should have done it, so that it looks smoother. I mean, you can still create these various shapes, and of course it's not as obvious when you get closer, although it does look like it has like an Aztecing type thing once you get a little bit closer. Yeah, and also the difference in those, yeah, there's something weird with the LOD on that door.
Do you miss this place, Mother? This is as close as you'll get to being Chancellor again, I'm afraid.
You are blocking my path, lackey. Make way!
Arrogant, misbegotten clone! Janchu! Your path ends here.
Somebody just shoot him while he's monologuing.
You will not save her. Jo'ula will die on the Emperor's blade.
Those
Seriously.
force fields are blocking our way. Destroy the emitters in the walls to bring them down.
Seriously, easiest way to deal with a villain is to shoot them while they're monologuing.
So many fools, all eager to fight in a burning house. Ha ha!
I'm pretty sure the house is only divided, not burning.
Clever you are, but you will go no further.
Don't fucking
These
Jurassic
emitters have
Park
shields.
clever girl me.
Disable them with your tripod, then destroy the emitters.
Like, seriously, Lorel screamed in my ear, more or less, to shoot the emitters. I don't need you. Like, it's not. Oh god, I need to. Oh no, it disabled the. God, this is annoying. For some reason, I thought I needed to bring the turrets
Time is
over.
your true enemy. I have plenty
No,
of it. But
shoot
Jo'ula
the fucking
has
generator.
not a few dregs remaining.
Which I don't know if those are on a timer before the shield comes back or anything. It'd be great if the rest of the team would take care of distracting the enemies long enough.
Flanking damage detected.
Do you mind not shooting me in the back? I'm a little busy here. No. Thank you. God. I literally pressed that. But I guess the game didn't register initially.
You will never get past.
You should have stayed in your own time, barbarian. There is no place for you in my empire.
Delusional old fool! The only place for you is Grethon. You will be there soon enough.
Fucking warrior
Initiate
died.
transport immediately.
Adet Pa, we need to block the car's personal transport.
Have you tried shooting him before he can use it?
You know he runs at the first sign of peril, Captain. We need to prevent that.
Understood. I need his transporter frequency. With that, I can block him. When he transports, scan the area he left. A few scans should provide complete frequency.
Oh my god.
I admire your perseverance.
Oh, hello there, Akar.
Is becoming annoying.
Don't worry, Akar. The feeling is mutual.
No, not this time. Energize!
Quick! Scan his transporter signature.
Switch to the pistol. This is closer range and just
Well done.
much faster firing.
And I will shut that big nuke down.
There is still fight in you. Still your blood boils. No,
Yep, run away, Akar.
Energize!
Quick! Scan his transporter signature.
Way ahead of you.
Two scans done. One more, and his running days are over.
But how do you know you only need 3?
There is still fight in you.
Like, you would have had to have done this type of thing numerous times before and know that it only ever takes 3 scans. Because, I mean, realistically, that makes 0 sense.
Emergency transport!
Quick! Scan his transporter signature.
Already done. You're a little slow on reminding me to do that, to be honest.
Got him! Lock him out of his own transporter. Send him screaming to Grethor, my...
I admire your perseverance. Though, is becoming annoying!
Like I already said, Akar, the feeling is very much mutual. Thank you. Finn's down again. Finn can never stay up.
What is this? What have you done?
Oh, there is no escape for you this time, my worm. Give my regards to
There we go. Wrong button. I could have sworn I did Control 2, but I didn't apparently. Off with the head.
You cannot win. I will not allow it. You shall never rule. Talk pa, talk me.
Or offer the hand, that works too.
Not to be.
They will never follow you. Never.
I believe this belongs to you now.
No, it is not my destiny. It belongs in your hand, as Chancellor.
Rech Klingon Wuchtach Judge!
Okay, Finn, get up. Nap's over. Okay, let's go talk to Laurel. Step all over a car a few times. Because he's honestly annoying. And Laurel.
The sword of Kalish. In my time, most believe it was a thing of legend, of myth. I will not dishonor this sacred weapon. Its legacy will not be tarnished by my hand. I swear it.
Of that I have no doubt, Chancellor.
May it be a reminder in the days to come, as we rebuild what was broken and replace what was lost. A reminder of all that is great within the Empire.
Indeed.
Reforging the Empire will be a challenge, but one worthy of Kalish and all who dwell with him in Stovokor. Fortunately, we are Klingon. We live for such a challenge.
Kapla. I'm not Klingon though, so, you know, I don't live for necessarily that challenge as you apparently seem to believe. 2 weeks later.
2 weeks have passed since the fall of Jimpok. Our wounds heal. The honored dead have joined their ancestors in Stovokor. Order has returned to the Empire. Rebuilding what was broken or lost has begun. There is more to be done. But first, we will celebrate our hard-fought victory.
And Trust talking to me there is like, are you still listening to me? When I just proceed to basically ignore her? Although Trust is an android, but nonetheless, point still stands. Okay, let's go ahead talk to people. First up, Kagran, how you doing, buddy?
Despite a return to stability within the Empire, the Alliance must stand ready to provide assistance in the rebuilding effort here.
You know, okay, I'll read what I'm supposed to be saying first. I agree, the Alliance must not turn their backs on the Klingons. I think you're forgetting a word there. It's the word again, because we literally turned our backs on the Klingons with the Civil War that occurred. I will say that the Alliance would have had every reason to get involved in deposing Jimpok.
We cannot afford another Jimpok. The tragedy of Kithamer or worse could happen again, especially if such a tyrant turned their eyes on the Federation or the Republic. Even the Dominion could be threatened by such a ruler.
I don't know how the Dominion could necessarily be threatened by such a ruler, considering the way that their, well, for lack of a better way to describe it, government works. It doesn't exactly work, to be honest. But so be it. I trust the Alliance leaders to find wisdom on this matter. They cannot afford not to. Even though, again, we decided to, as the Alliance, not get involved whatsoever with the Klingon Civil War. Ah, Tarsev.
There are more like me among the liberated Alachi. Some prefer life within the mycelial network, but others would like to return to their former lives when the time is right.
Also, I'm going to say that this is way too many high-ranking people in one area. Are you one of them, Tarsev?
Not at this time. The Alliance has asked me to represent the liberated Alachi. As an ambassador, I will be able to forge a new future for my people, and to protect the sanctity of the mycelial network. Perhaps in the future, I will return to a life among the Romulan people. But for now, my place is with the Alachi.
Congratulations, I know you will do what is right for them, Ambassador. Also, as a reminder, I said it back when we met Welkins way back in the day, now it feels like. I would love to get my own Welkins, thank you very much. Cryptic, wink wink, nudge nudge.
When I was living a hermit's life on Nimbus 3, I thought I had seen it all. On that, I was greatly mistaken. Civil war within the Empire, the return of Lorel, even a battle with giant cybernetic reptile.
And not to mention all the permutations of Akar's virus.
Yes, but in the end, he was too clever for his own good. Dealing with his tricks gave me insight on his computer security. With that knowledge, I was able to trap him on Kronos, where he was dealt with once and for all. Well done, by the way.
I don't think you need to have any insight on his computer security to be able to block a personal transporter. Because wouldn't you just block transporters by basically jamming a frequency? And like the explain like I'm 5 sort of level? is that you would presumably just sort of jam a frequency. In this case, you just need to figure out what frequency he's using for his personal transporter. But, you know, whatever. I only did what was necessary. And Martok.
I, for one, do not recommend running from a wave of mycelial destruction, no matter what age you are. It is not a pleasant experience, I can assure you.
Some believe you have more lives than a Grishnar cat, General.
Indeed. Grethar holds a number of fools who thought they would be the end of me. There are two, in particular, I'm glad to be rid of on this day.
A Jimpock and a car?
Yes, though I am pleased that their deaths led to Gowron's release from Grethor. Now he resides with Kalis in Stovakor, and I have no doubt Feklar is glad to be rid of him. That wild-eyed schemer was probably well on his way to taking charge of the place when he was released.
I suspect he will keep Kalis on his toes from now on. And you're not gonna fall back. Also, apparently they're all just gonna sit back there. They're not gonna follow me around, shake hands, meet and greet with the rest of the team. Most of these people we have literally never heard of, such as, you know, random lieutenant tactical officer. Other random lieutenant tactical officer who also, are you guys? Oh my god, they're fucking twins. I'm pretty sure they're twins. I'm 99% certain they are just twins. Would it not have been easier to basically just hit the randomize button a couple times on these guys? Yes. Oh my god, they're triplets. Yeah, they're actually triplets. There's 3 lieutenant tactical officers, all with the same face and everything. Same facial hair, same species, everything. They're triplets. And fully identical triplets. And we just got random delegates. This is a bit of a sausage fest there. And finally, Chancellor Laurel.
Much has changed since my first time as Chancellor, and much has remained the same. I am already besieged with requests and calls for favor from many houses, great and small. Fortunately, I shall have the assistance of the latest torchbearer as we move forward and restore the Empire.
Torchbearer? That is quite the honor, Jaula.
Indeed. As other torchbearers before me, it will be my role to act as an advisor to the Chancellor, and, if necessary, to get my hands dirty where she cannot. It is my intention to serve her and the Empire to the best of my ability.
I'm assuming this idea of what the torchbearer, what their role in the Klingon hierarchy is something that happened after the advent of, like, a Chancellor. Which doesn't quite make sense, because I'm pretty sure in Enterprise there was a Klingon Chancellor. Might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure there was. So... because technically her brother, if I'm recalling what their relationship was, he was supposed to be the torchbearer. He was not an advisor to the Chancellor, as far as we can tell. But whatever.
In my time here, we have been adversaries and allies. It has been a strange journey for us both. Without you, the Empire would have been lost. For your role in the conflict, you have my respect and my thanks.
Thank you. Keep walking the path of honor, Jaula. Okay, let's get out of here, return home.
The event has concluded. You may beam back to your ship at your leisure.
I didn't realize it was an event, Laurel. And contact Laurel again.
Once more, I stand for the Empire as its Chancellor. It is a singular honor, and I will lead by example in the days to come. There is much to be done, but we will meet every challenge and emerge victorious, for we are Klingon! Klingon Mach Tach Judge! You have been an honorable ally, and your name will be remembered in songs and tales forevermore. Glory to you and your house. Kapla!
Yes, thank you. Laurel, we will, as far as I can tell, going into this next story arc, we will not be talking to you again. Like, ever. And it, in fact, probably is we will never talk to you again. But either way, that is it for the Klingon Civil War arc. We have finally actually finished it off, because I completely forgot about these missions or something back when they came out. Either I, for some reason, thought I had recorded them on this character, which very clearly was not the case, or I had just forgot that they came out because I got busy with some other stuff going on and just didn't get around to recording them once I had the time. Until just now when I went to, well, not just now, but you know, when I went to record the last episode, which was originally meant to be the new mission, the latest mission in the game, but we hadn't finished this story arc, so I had to go and finish that first. So we are finally done with Klingon Civil War. Next time we will be coming back with the first episode of a brand new story arc, Terran Gambit with the mission Firewall. My understanding is that after the Gamma Quadrant Victory's Life expansion, they originally planned to go and do a Terran story arc as a means of wrapping up Lita, Admiral Lita. Obviously, with the release of Discovery at around that same-ish time, they had a change of plans and decided, hey, we've got a brand new Star Trek series airing now, which presents the opportunity to do brand new stories, or at least it allows you to introduce new story ideas. And so they ended up doing a change. Instead of moving on to this Terran story arc, which this is presumably more or less that story they were going to tell, potentially with some additional changes, because, you know, it's been what, 3 years now? I think Victory's Life came out in 2018 or something like that, so it's been like 3 years now. But yeah, they ended up making a bit of a detour into doing Discovery related content, which, you know, I'm fine with. I don't have a problem with Discovery. But yeah, so next time we will be moving on to what was, like I said, presumably the original plan for the story arc that was supposed to follow immediately after Victory's Life, before they ended up detouring to do Discovery because Discovery started airing, or it just finished airing, something like that around that time. But yeah, so I will see you all next time. Quick reminder, I do have Patreon and a Discord. I do highly recommend that you join the Discord so you can stay up to date with what's going on the channel, because that is my go-to place for posting about that type of stuff. As for the Patreon, if you find yourself enjoying this series or any of my other series on the channel, that is probably the easiest way to help support the channel. It may not necessarily be the best, but it's probably the easiest way to support the channel. But yeah, so I will see you all next time. Until then, goodbye and farewell.